Cantarella finally has a place in meta thanks to the release of Phrolova, and she's also getting a rerun soon, so this is the perfect time to make an updated guide for her, which includes everything you need to know about her kit, weapons, echoes, teams, rotations, and more. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Starting with her kit, Cantarella's forte circuit points are called as trance. She gains 1 from her basic attack stage 3, resonance skill, intro skill, and 3 from using her liberation. She gains 1 point every 5 seconds if she is in water. While in possession of trance, Cantarella can use a special heavy attack to go in mid-air and enter mirage state. In mirage state, basically all of Cantarella's attacks are replaced, her basic attacks are enhanced, and she unlocks a new resonance skill. If you press jump, she plunges down from mid-air. When Cantarella uses normal attacks or dodge counters in this state, she converts the trance to shiver up to 3 times. And when she has 3 shivers, she can cast an enhanced skill which deals very high damage. Most of her actions in this state heals the team, which is quite good. The 2 enhanced resonance skills of Cantarella in the mirage state applies hazy dream effect on the enemies, which reduces their movement speed. When Cantarella hits them, she triggers an instance of damage called jolt. Do note if other characters hit such enemy, they cannot trigger jolt. When Cantarella uses her liberation, she deals an initial instance of damage and enables coordinated attacks, which is triggered every second when a character hits an enemy. It can be triggered up to 21 times for 30 seconds. After casting her intro skill, she enters into Abyssal Rebirth state, which lasts up to 25 seconds. In this state, she gains 6 Concerto when any party member uses an echo skill up to 6 times. This pairs really well with Phrolova, whose main skills are considered as casting an echo skill. If we intro to Cantarella while she is in mirage state, she deals more damage. The 2 enhanced skills in mirage state and the resonance liberation are considered as echo skill. This is really great because when used with Phrolova, these skills can trigger her enhanced attacks. Her outro skill gives 20% havoc and 25% resonance skill amplification to the next character you switch into for 14 seconds. Inherent skill 1 gives a 20% healing bonus, and inherent skill 2 gives 6% havoc damage bonus for 10 seconds on casting an echo skill, which can be stacked twice. Most of her damage is considered as basic attack damage and makes up for 69% of her total damage output. For her talent priority, prioritize her forte circuit, then liberation, resonance skill followed by basic attack and intro skill. These 2 can be leveled slightly. Moving on to her weapons. The best weapon for Cantarella is her signature Whispers of the Siren, giving huge crit damage, 40% basic attack damage bonus, and the ability to ignore 12% havoc resistance of enemies. It is around 26% better than the standard banner weapon Cosmic Ripples. Judge's signature Rhyme Drip Sprouts and String Master come pretty close to her signature weapon, and Phoebe's signature performs similar to Cosmic Ripples. And for 4 stars, the options are Augment, Fusion Accretion, and Jinzo Keeper. You can see their rankings on this chart. Moving on to her echoes. For Cantarella, there are numerous options for echo. The first I want to talk about is Midnight Veil. This set gives 10% havoc damage bonus to the wielder, and when outro is triggered, it deals nuke damage and grants the next resonator 15% havoc damage bonus for 15 seconds. This set is best with havoc characters like Phrolova, Camellia, Havoc Rover, or Danjin. The echo skill will be Lorelei as it gives havoc and basic attack damage bonus. The next 2 sets which should be used for non-havoc teammates are either Moonlit Clouds with Impermanent Seron or Empyrean Anthem with Hecate. The Moonlit Clouds provides more buffs to the next character and also gives more energy regen on the cost of Cantarella's damage. The Empyrean Anthem gives slightly less buff, but it gives more damage, not due to the fact that it buffs her coordinated attacks, cause her coordinated attack damage is not that significant, but due to the fact that the attack buff also buffs her personal damage. Between these 2 sets, the Empyrean Anthem can be negligibly better, but if the main DPS has more investment than Cantarella, then Moonlit Clouds will be better. Also, Moonlit Clouds provide more energy, which makes building Cantarella easier as she has major energy issues. There's one more option of Rejuvenating Glow set as Cantarella can heal, but I won't recommend it as her damage is quite significant. And lastly, for main DPS Cantarella, if you want to use her like that, then you can use Havoc Eclipse with Nightmare Crownless Echo skill. Before moving on to her echo stats, let's discuss her energy requirements. One of the biggest issues of Cantarella is that she doesn't generate enough energy while performing a rotation, which leads to huge problems for her and for her teammate as well in some cases, despite having low energy cost. She usually needs 30 to 50% energy regen depending on the team you are using her in. For her echo stats, crit rate or damage on the 4 cost, double havoc on the 3 cost, and attack percent on the 1 cost. You can replace one Havoc 3 cost with an Attack 3 cost or even an Energy Regen 3 cost if you don't have enough from Substats. For our Echo Substats, get the required amount of Energy Regen followed by crit stats, attack percent, basic attack damage bonus and flat attack. Moving on to our team comps. With version 2.5, the greatest change for Cantarella is Phrolova. I've already talked about this in the Phrolova guide. Cantarella is our best support. Phrolova is the only one that can fully utilize Cantarella's kit, her outro buffs, the good on-field damage and the fact that she can cast 4 echo skills allowing Phrolova to do her enhanced attacks. Not to mention the main issue of Cantarella, low energy generation, doesn't affect Phrolova at all as she doesn't have any resonance energy. Last out of the team can be Rochia, Havoc Rover, Danjin, Shorekeeper or Varina. Aside from Phrolova, Cantarella also works really well with Carlotta due to the resonance skill amplification. However, you may need to build slightly more energy regen on Carlotta. Due to Cantarella buffing resonance skill and can deal coordinated attacks, she can also work with Jinxie. However, the major issue here becomes Cantarella's energy regen. Jinxie may not be able to get her resonance liberation back on every rotation, which makes Cantarella worse than JG but still viable. You can also use a team with both JG and Cantarella acting as supports for Jinxie, but if you have JG, I would rather use her in the standard Jinxie, JG, Shorekeeper team. As she can amplify Havoc damage, she can work with Havoc characters like Havoc Rover, Danjin and even Camellia, although Sanwa and Rochia are better for her. Moving on to rotations and combos. I will mention her general combos and some variations. Regardless of what team you are using, Cantarella will mostly have access to her intros as she works as a sub DPS. Use her intro and do a basic attack. This is required for her concerto generation. Use her resonance skill and animation cancel with a liberation. Then use a heavy attack to enter Mirage state, into her resonance skill, then 3 basic attacks. This will unlock her enhanced skill, use it, then echo and outro. From the next rotation, you can skip the basic attack after intro cause she will get some concerto from her teammates' echo skills. If you get a dodge counter in Mirage state, you can skip one of the basic attacks as a dodge counter can also generate Shiver. With Moonlit Cloud sets, it can be difficult to cast Echo skill if Cantarella is not on ground, so you can press jump to make her plunge down and use the Echo skill and swap cancel. If you are having energy issues with Cantarella or using her with Jinxie, where you want access to coordinated attacks as soon as possible, you can start the rotation with a resonance skill and liberation, then do Shorekeeper's rotation and intro to Cantarella to do the rest of the rotation to fill her concerto. Moving on to her sequences. The first sequence gives her trance point on casting resonance skill and increases the multiplier of all her resonance skills by 50%, and she becomes immune to interruption when casting her enhanced resonance skill. With H2, the resonance liberation can now enable Hazy Dream as well, and the damage multiplier of Jolt is increased by 245%. This is a big damage increase cause the Jolt can be triggered 3 times. The S3 increases her liberation multiplier and reduces her rotation slightly by letting her skip the heavy attack, as she can now directly enter Mirage state on using liberation. S4 and S5 are trash, just a stepping stone for S6. S6 increases the damage multiplier of her basic attacks in the Mirage state by 80%. On casting liberation, Cantarella ignores 30% of enemies' defense, and the S6 also delays the trigger effect of Jolt by 1.2 seconds, allowing you to prolong the Hazy Dream effect. So overall, Cantarella as a sub DPS who can buff Havoc and resonance skill damage can fit into many teams. She can deal a good amount of personal damage and provide other utilities like healing. Along with this, she can provide many echo skill casts, making her a must pull if you have Phrolova. She does have some of her issues like her energy problem being the most prominent one and her bonkers making you play with only one hand, ultimately reducing your damage. Let me know in the comments what you think about Cantarella, and that's all for this video. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content. Thanks for watching.